Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this evening, Awuda West residents call for quick government effort following predicted flooding. Residents of Rumunduru and Eka expressed concern over flooding due to blocked drainage. Rivers State gets new commissioner of police. Expert advocate for staff accommodation over rising transport costs. EFCC insists former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello wanted. On the foreign scene, exploding walkie-talkies injure 100 in new attacks across Lebanon. I am Khalada Korubat, but the news in detail shortly after the commercial break. Welcome back now, the news. As 11 states bordering the Benue River system brace up for the possible impact of the ongoing water release from Lagdo Dam in Cameroon, residents of flood-prone communities in Awuda West local government area are calling on the River State and federal governments to act quickly. Recall that the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency said the released water will escalate over the next 7 days. It listed the states to be affected to include rivers Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Anambra, and Adamawa, among others. In an interview with correspondent Emeka Otuka, the Awuda West residents appealed to the relevant authorities to prepare evacuation plans to prevent a repeat of last year's floods that left many stranded and homes submerged. They expressed concern that so far there has been no visible government presence or support.
The River State government to make sure that this time around the people of Awuda West and the people of Ngene precisely should have a better place to stay. Mostly an IDP camp should be established. This is the particular time, this is the time that the River State government in collaboration with the federal government and MASA should come in now and prepare an IDP camp, because as I speak to you, many houses today they are about to evacuate, and even as me, as I'm talking to you, I'm looking for a house to rent.
For the fact that the flood is coming up, they should come to our aid so that we won't be stranded like the last flood that came. It was terrible. It destroyed a lot of things, like to an extent that most people, almost everybody were sleeping on the road, like everybody was sleeping on the road.
The residents also called for the establishment of IDP camps and emergency hospitals to prevent casualties if the predicted flooding occurs.
We've started harvesting our products that affected our farmlands and all the rest. So we started harvesting our product.
So many persons, mostly these our grandmothers, they have started harvesting their cassava. As I'm talking to you, I even paid money for my mom to harvest our crop. If you look at the cassava is not even up to. We paid money, spend money, hire the land, ask people to farm on it. It's a premature thing. It's a premature cassava and yam. And since my plantain farm is being affected because of the flood.
The Outer West residents also told our correspondent that they have started early harvesting of their crops to reduce losses.
Yes, there should be relief materials, not just relief materials. Even if it's an emergency hospital or something like that should be made available. So that in case of any sickness, emergency, they will just attend to the person on time. Not the one that they will now move the person from Joint Command to Indiana and all the rest. There was a time that a child even died. Child fell inside the...
Recall that the Rivers State Commissioner for Environment, Sidney Barra, had said that the state government is making plans to set up permanent IDP camps for those who may be displaced by the impending flooding. In another development, some residents of Rumunduru along the Enekai-Gruta Road in Rivers State say they have been experiencing persistent flooding in their area since the construction of the ring road. In an interview with our correspondent, one of the residents, Austin Otuji, said they suspect the road construction may have blocked the drainage systems there, disrupting the smooth flow of water.
The flooding actually started this year when they started the ring road construction doing on Eneka. I guess the drain was blocked. Water that is supposed to be channeled towards the end of that road now is returning to the estate. For me, I left my house for some weeks now. If it rains, I'm not even driving through any of the roads. One of my neighbors complained his walls fell, the soccer is collapsed in his compound. Some of the schools have to close because the road that is the access way is completely blocked.
Another resident, Ransom Akweda, said flooding had never been an issue before until the ring road project started. He further narrated the difficulties residents have endured since the flooding began.
We have not experienced flood like this before. The drainage that was being done at the express road leading from to Grita, there's places that were blocked. The drainage they put in there could not match up with the speed of flow of water to the drainage up there. So what happened now is that power of the drainage from other side coming down from the Grita airport, the whole water forced itself into our estate. We have been in perpetual bondage. So many persons have packed out. Businesses collapsed. We have 3 schools in our estate. When the children come to school in the morning, no road to pass. We're so flooded. Some even fall into the pit.
The residents, however, called on the government to take immediate action to resolve the flooding issue in the Rumunduru area.
It will be a thing of joy if the government should come in and rescue us at this time of need.
We need the help of the government. The level of the flooding is beyond what we can do. So we are pleading with the Rivers State government to come to our aid because many people are moving out from their house. Some people that have paid rent for a year and two, they have to leave the house. And considering the current economic situation, it is very difficult for almost everybody that's living here. So we are pleading with the Rivers State government, whatever they can do to come and assist us, to clear the drains or to let Julabega open the drain, whatever that can be done.
In other news, Human Capital Development expert Chinedum Ewuzie says the current hike in petrol pump prices affecting work output among employees. Mr. Ewuzie says the increased transportation cost is making some workers arrive late to work or cannot meet up at all, and the accompanying impacts. He spoke on Nigeria Info FM's Talking Figures today.
It's horrible. It's horrible. I mean, you need to go to the bus stops to see the queues of people who are waiting for transportation. Some are waiting for transportation to come. Some are waiting for affordable transportation to come. People coming late. People have to leave earlier because it takes a longer time to get home. You're struggling for transportation. Where you're not struggling for transportation, you get home. So apart from the financial impact, the emotional impact on staff and also business owners, people who run their own businesses.
Mr. Ewuzie also expressed concern for those in the agricultural sector who cannot work remotely, unlike other sectors where employees can work from the comfort of their homes.
Some organizations that can are implementing hybrid. Instead of coming 5 days a week, you can come 3 times a week, or you can take 1 day off. But it's important to note, though, that it's only for industries that have this flexibility. For the agri sector, it's a bit hard to implement. There's a guy who is the security man. Office provided accommodation for him and his colleagues. They are in the office for a couple of days. The organization needs to think about this kind of things. If you have staff that have to be around, you need to be able to provide accommodation for them to stay.
The Human Capital Development expert, however, advised organizations to provide accommodations for workers who cannot afford daily transportation to promote effectiveness and productivity in the workplace. In the meantime, former Ministry Head of State General Abdul Salami Abubakar has warned that the economic hardship in Nigeria is getting out of control and urged the government to act fast. He said this when he received a group who paid him a birthday visit at his residence in Mina, Niger State. Away from that, a new Commissioner of Police CP has been posted to Rivers State. This follows the redeployment of CP Olatunji Disu to the Federal Capital Territory. A new posting by the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Gbetuku, said the immediate past Commissioner of Police in Delta State, Olufemi Abaniwanda, will now serve as the Commissioner of Police for Rivers State. As you may know, the immediate past Rivers CP, Disu, was deployed to the state in November of 2023. We'll go for a quick commercial. Still to come, EFCC insists former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello remains wanted. Do stay tuned. Thank you for staying tuned. Welcome back now to the rest of the newscast. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, says it is not true that former Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello is in its custody. A statement by the Commission's spokesperson, Dele Oyewale, said that Mr. Bello remains wanted with a subsistent warrant of arrest. This contradicts the earlier statement by the former governor's media office that he arrived at the EFCC headquarters to honor the agency's invitation. Also reacting to the EFCC statement, the director of Mr. Bello's media office, Yare Michael, said the former governor was at the EFCC office but was told he could leave. Mr. Bello faces a 19-count charge of alleged 80 billion naira money laundering. His case has been adjourned to the 25th of September. A federal high court in Abuja has fixed 23rd September for the judgment in the suit seeking the removal of Abdullahi Ganduje as the national chairman of the APC. Recall that during the last sitting on 5th July, the presiding judge, Justice Inyang Aiko, fixed today, 18th September, to deliver judgment in the suit. However, the matter was not listed on the court's case list today. It was gathered that the judgment was not ready and parties in the suit had earlier been informed by the court's registrar for a new date.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
Looking at the international scene, Lebanon's health ministry says exploding walkie-talkies have killed 9 and injured at least 300 people across the country. Today, at least 3 people died, and yesterday, 12 persons were killed when their communication devices exploded. One blast reportedly happened at a funeral, with sources suggesting that Hezbollah's communication devices were targeted. Multiple reports link Mossad to the attacks, but Israel has not commented. A recap on the news this evening. You heard some Outer West residents are calling for quick government effort following predicted flooding. Residents of Rumunduru in Eneka have expressed concern over flooding in the area. Experts advocate for staff accommodation over rising transport costs. On the foreign scene, exploding walkie-talkies injure 100 in new attacks across Lebanon. The news was edited by Constance Irole Mega. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Kalada Kurubatabo. Good evening to Stay Tuned. Conversations continue after the break.